All right, we are live. Good evening and welcome to another episode. I would call this the Nick's Knowledge and Notions InCube Science Series / DJ the Money Coach Financial Expert Series. No collaborative show tonight because we have one of our experts here that we've had on the show previously, who's been an expert for quite a while in this field. Of course, DJ, he will introduce this good brother in just a few moments. But thank you for joining us, man, and enjoy the program. So how you doing, DJ? Where are you and our expert at this evening?
Oh, yeah, man. We are on location here in the sunny city of Southfield, Michigan, taking a business vacation out here, checking on our real estate investments and our business partners. And man, we out here having a blast in 10-degree weather and snow on the ground. It's a rare situation where you'll find me in the wintertime in somewhere cold, but there's so much heat here. I had to come, baby.
Yeah, you're bringing the heat over there. Warm it up a little bit. They need some higher temperatures over there. So bring the heat. Bring the heat.
That's right. We're bringing the heat, man, and we're bringing the heat with the most important person, one of my long time mentors, great friend, and a person that's done tremendous things in the community as well as nationally and international. So, you guys that know us over the summer, we actually introduced Mr. Ron Harris, who he and I have been knowing each other almost 20 years now. Goes back a long time. But Ron is a very successful businessman. Had a tremendous amount of success in corporate America. Is an amazing dad. He's actually now taken his talents and actually moved into the CBD space. And we're actually going to talk a lot about that tonight. But without further ado, we want to formally introduce Ron. We're here, and this is an inaugural event. We're breaking off this amazing studio that he has. We're going to show you a little bit broader view of it. But before we do that, just want to say, hey, Ron, thanks for having me down here in your amazing studio, and welcome to the broadcast.
Well, Del, I appreciate being with you guys tonight. Like I said earlier, we'll probably spend a little time talking about some of the products that we have. We have developed some CBD products that we've been testing with our friends and other people, and so far our response has been pretty good. Quite naturally, people might not be familiar with CBD, but we'll explain to you exactly what CBD is, how CBD works, and whether or not it's something that you should probably like to take yourselves. So we'll get into that. I mean, quite naturally, I know Dale probably want to talk about a few other little things before we get started with that, but I'm just glad to be here with you tonight, and I think we'll enjoy this presentation that we're having.
Oh yeah, man, absolutely. So that's what it is. And again, and all those people out there who who may not know, me, DJ the Money Coach. This quick backstory on me. Started out, several years ago, coming out of college, had $40,000 worth of consumable debt, had $20,000 worth of college debt. So collectively, I had $60,000 worth of debt, and I had an amazing credit score, 525. It was so great, Nick, that the bank declined me for a mortgage. That's how great it was, and it was so great. The bank again declined me for a business loan, but that was way back when. But like I always tell people, instead of playing victim, I actually read a chapter in a book called The Road to Wealth about credit, exactly how credit works. And within 12 months of reading that book on credit, I elevated my credit score to 720. And then within 24 months, I elevated my credit score to 800. And my credit score has been over 800 for 15 years in a row. And obviously, if I was at my home studio, which is nowhere near as nice as this one is, so I got to upgrade my game every time I come around. The OG master mentor, he elevates my game even higher. So I normally would show people my credit score, but my credit score today is 827. And once you get over 8, any number over that doesn't matter. That gives you premium credit score. I'm consumer debt free. If you don't know, I actually got rid of all my consumer debt in 2002. And actually, after 2002, 6 years later, I became financially independent in America. In 2008, I eclipsed a six-figure income, actually over $250,000, and had achieved a net worth of 7 figures. And actually right around that time, about a year before, is actually when I met Mr. Ron Harris. And actually we went out on tour and actually did an event with P. Diddy. And we made a lot of money in the city of Houston, had a lot of fun back then. So from there, just start helping other people achieve consumer debt freedom and teach them how to do financial independence. And actually with the guidance of Ron taught me about, real estate at the highest level. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. But what I'm most excited about is in the course of 20 years, we've built a team called the 7 Spheres of Money, and we brought successful professionals that are 6-figure income earners, 7-figure net worths, that actually have specific skill sets in every industry of money, not generalists. These people are doing one thing and do one thing at the highest level. So we've helped over 20,000 people in the process. We've helped several thousands of people become consumer debt free, and we've helped hundreds of people become financially independent along the process. So that's my backstory. And then now we've been engaging on this platform for a little while, and we're excited about it because in 2021, man, we're going to knock some major things out of the park. We got a big, hairy, audacious goal of achieving things. And I'm going to talk about it real quickly, where number one goal this year is to impact 12,000 people through our process of the 7 Spheres of Money, through these broadcasts, through working with our mentors, through working with our products on courses, and going across the country and impacting people from step A to Z. The next step of the plan in 2021 is we actually have created our own fund. That's right. We created a $1 million Forex fund that we actually going to start investing for our community, because why give your money to somebody else and put it in their bank when you can actually have experts that can actually manage it and grow it for you? And that way you could be totally self-sustainable, which is most important. So that's the second goal in 2021. And it's off to a great start. We already have over $250,000 invested, and it will have $1 million in it by March 1st, because we have people we have to even turn away, but you have to be qualified for that. The third goal that we have is we're actually going to work on our existing platform and actually impact, people through our courses to get them consumer debt free. And then the fourth goal is that we're going to continue to pursue our business endeavors and real estate, growing businesses and startups, and working with the children. What we're going to do is called, teach a child how to fish. We're going to work exclusively with children ages 8 to 21 and teach them about business, teach them about real estate, and teach them about stock investments so they can get out in this world and actually become, multi-millionaires, and worst case scenarios, become 100,000aires and consumer debt free. So that's the story, man. And that's what we're excited about. And 2021 is going to be amazing. And how apropos is that we down here in Studio 21 with the founder, Ron Harris. So Ron, what are the things you're excited about for 2021 in this amazing studio that you have?
Well, no, one thing about it, 21 is definitely going to be an amazing year. We have a new administration in Washington that I think is going to bring some very positive things back to this country. Quite naturally, we have a female vice president that happened to be an African American, who I feel is going to be doing a lot of amazing things in the community, making African American people, as well as all races, all brown people and everybody, aware of what's going on in the world. And see, that's going to really motivate a lot of people. Like you said, you want to help a lot of young people. And that's my success story, is to help people. Because without helping and sharing the knowledge and some of the things that I've been blessed to have, well, I'm not really doing my job. One thing that we do, we've been working with youth for a long period of time. Quite naturally, we want to take them to another level, just like you said, Dale, because the products that we'll be talking about tonight, my goal is to make sure not only people are there to well, but also people can share into what we're doing. And we're not going to charge you money. Most CBD companies want you to put up a big number or buy their products in order to get involved. All we ask you to do, just get out there and network, and we'll take care of the products for you too. We'll finance everything for you. All you got to do is sell. So that's the thing that we can bring to the people, an opportunity that doesn't cost them money.
Man, that's fired up. Hey, Ron, so, tell us a little bit about your background. We told people over the summer in June when I was on a Florida great vacation with my 2 sons and one of my best friends, and we told them about your backstory. But tell them, what gives you the authority and the expertise to even introduce, the CBD, because there's a ton of people selling CBDs that, don't know what the heck they're doing. But you have a specific set of skills from corporate America that actually translate into gives you an expertise in what I like to call the hedgehog concept, what Jim Collins talks about in the book Good to Great, where he said, number one, what's your passion? Number two, what's your industry that you can be number one in? And number three, what is the economic engine that puts people in front of you? And I know for a fact what your passion is. I know what your, what you can be number one in the industry. And I know what the vehicle that you can drive. So tell us a little bit quick backstory about, your professional career. And then when you exited corporate America, and then what you achieved on the real estate level, which is amazing in of itself. And then how that actually, intersects right now with the CBD industry, which is going to give you the ability to level the playing field for anybody to want to, come along for the ride with us.
Well, I was the second Black executive at General Mills, one of the food companies that produce products like Wheaties, Cheerios, Betty Crocker products. Stayed there for 22 years. I left on great terms. Matter of fact, they gave me a retirement party, and the chairman didn't show up, but he sent one of the vice presidents from the company to my retirement party, and he wrote me a letter expressing how well that I had done there for the 22 years I was at General Mills. Shortly before I left General Mills, I started buying land in Arizona. Developing property probably about 3 or 4 years after I purchased the land. I did very well with that from 2000 to 2008, and then we had the Great Recession. And I left from there, and I started developing another product. It's called the Buddy Mate. The Buddy Mate is very similar to this product that WeatherTech out. They call it a phone holder, but the Buddy Mate is a lot more advanced than that. And because we not only can hold the phone, but we don't take your cup holder away. We you can put a drink still in your cup holder. We have different mates that can attach to the Buddy Mate. That product did pretty well. And then I got involved with a couple other things as far as different types of products that we sold over the years. But the most important thing that we have, like I said, is the CBD product. And the reason why I got involved with CBD, 6 years ago, I had a problem, and they wanted to put me on some medication that I didn't agree with because it was basically experimental medication. So I said, let me find another way because, drugs all have side effects. We all know that. And the bottom line is, I don't need to take anything that's going to make me feel worse than I did before I took it. So I did a lot of research, and I found out that CBD oil had so many advantages to it. Now, the CBD oil comes from the hemp plant. The hemp plant is also in the marijuana family, but it doesn't get you high like marijuana does. I mean, quite naturally. So really, I found out that they had a product, CBD, and I started taking the CBD along with a few other supplements. So it started working for me. And those problems that they told me that I was going to have if I didn't go along with their game plan, I'd probably be dead in about 5 years. Well, quite naturally, I'm sorry. They told me I'd be dead in a couple of years. And that was 6 years ago, but I'm still living. And I've developed some CBD products ourselves. And, they're fantastic. I'm not saying that because I'm in the business, but anybody that knows anything about CBD would also agree with what I'm saying. Now, let me give a little background about what CBD does. In our bodies, we have something that's called cannabinoids. And anytime you have any type of health problem or any pain, your cannabinoids in your body go to that particular area in your body and attack that pain or whatever you're having. And so what CBD oil does, it's made from cannabinoids. So what it does, it goes into your body and enhance the cannabinoids in your body. So if you're having some type of pain, well, maybe your cannabinoids are fighting it. But what the CBD oil does, it comes into the body and makes your cannabinoids twice as strong as they normally are.
Oh, wow.
So that helps kill that pain, and you don't have to worry about any side effects. You don't have to worry about any type of addiction. And the thing is, it is a little more expensive than probably a lot of the aspirins and a lot of things you do. But one thing about the CBD oil, it works on the body. It continues to build those cannabinoids. So anytime you're having any type of pain or any problem, you just may want to take a slight drop, which I'll just show you tonight. I mean, this is the CBD oil in a tincture. And what you do, you put a couple of drops of the CBD oil under your tongue, hold it for maybe about 20 seconds, and then you swallow it. And normally within a couple minutes, you start feeling your body relaxing and the pain start going away.
You see
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
There we go.
Now that's the oil. And we also, I'm just going to just kind of go through. We have a lotion that quite naturally, you can use on the body. And what the lotion does, like a lot of times women's skin might be rough or tough, or men or whatever. This tends to make the skin a lot softer, a lot smoother, and things of that nature, which, it's a little bit different than most lotions, which they claim they do all that, but CBD lotion is a lot better than just a regular lotion. Then we have quite naturally the capsules. You can show that to Dale. The capsules is very simple. I mean, sometimes people just don't want to use a tincture, and they might be busy going to work, so they'll probably put a few capsules in the bag or whatever. And the women take it, and when you get to the job or before you go, they just take a capsule like normal capsule, and it does the same job. Then we have the roll-on. The roll-on is really something that you can use for pain. I mean, outside of taking anything liquid or whatever, you can rub that on your back, knee, or anything that you're having a problem with, and that pain will go away within a couple minutes. So really, we have several different items. Then we have the body rub. I mean, the muscle rub. So the muscle rub is really probably our most effective product because people that have back pain and not so much shoulder pain, I mean, it really helps them relieve that. Now, I can't tell you that it really solved everybody's problems. Everybody's different. I mean, some bodies are people it does well, some people it's okay. And for me to tell you that it solves everybody's problem, then I would be lying to you. And I can't lie to you because FDA would not allow me to lie to you. I got to tell you that this product, one thing I tell all my customers, I guarantee that if you take our product, you'll be feeling much better than you did before you took it. So I think if I can really relate that to people, that I can make you feel better, well, then I'm telling you the truth. So my thing is, if you got the opportunity, I'll just give you our website address. Our website address is www.ronrich, RONRICHCBD.com. Check us out. I mean, we guarantee our products. If you don't like it, you got 60 days.
Can you put that up on the screen, Nick, for us? That would be awesome. Well, go ahead, Ron.
Okay, it's www.ronrich, RONRICHCBD.com.
What's an email address that we can?
Okay, email address is h.ronald@sbcglobal.net. And like I said, all of our products are guaranteed for 60 days. All of our products are tested by a third-party lab. And what I'm saying about a third-party lab, these are laboratories that are set up by the FDA to make sure that any product come out here is the original CBD oil. Because you've seen a lot of people come out with CBD oil that hasn't been tested, and they're really into get rich quick, slick gain. Now, our products are tested. We guarantee our products. And like I said, if you don't like the product, we give you 67 days. Just return it. We'll give you your money back. We'll take care of it. We take care of the shipping. We ship our products free. If you want to send it back, we take care of that too. So you have nothing to lose with us. Because the bottom line is, if you don't like it, we'll be glad to give your money back to you. Because one thing that we realize is this: everybody's different. Somebody's body's gonna work. Some people it won't. But we're here to make sure that the community, especially African American community, is feeling much better. And we do dual events where we go into the community and we give the product away. And we're gonna have some super specials coming with this product in the next 3 or 4 months. So check us out, because not only are we taking this money and helping the community, but we also take the money and we try to advance things for kids to, like Dale said, meet entrepreneurs like us and let us share the knowledge that we have with you, because it's so important. And right now, it's up to us. I mean, we have, like I said, a vice president in the White House. We have so many entrepreneurs, and I know a lot of entrepreneurs, not only in this country, but all around the world, that I want to introduce the kids to, because it's all about who you know. And if you got the right connections,
And see, that's one thing that we've had from our counterparts. I mean, they've always had connections. I mean, and we can do the same thing today. I mean, just like me and Dale was talking about yesterday, it's time for us to really take our financial situation and guide that for ourselves. And we got the knowledge and the capacity to do that, and the money.
You know, Ron, that's important that you said that, because it's the access. I mean, just when I met you, you taught me about distribution. You taught me about the international business. You taught me about real estate at the highest level on the commercial side. And that's one thing, is just having that access. I kind of like education like 3 to 5 years in advance. So let's talk about how you have done all the research, how you had access at the highest level to actually tapped into, you know, the capital in and of itself. And I think this is one thing that separates you from everybody else, is that you're a person and you're 72 years on this planet, have achieved some major relationships with some major players that actually come from the success you had in real estate, the success you had in corporate America, that translates to you actually being able to level the playing field in the CBD sector. Because I know for a fact you work with doctors, I know for a fact you work with dentists, and I know for a fact that you work with lobbyists in the Capitol Hill. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because here's what I like to do in the 7 spheres of money, to actually separate us from everybody else, because we have experts. We have people that have minimum 15 years of success in one industry. And we're not just hopping on this platform just because everybody's doing it, because we've been doing it in the bricks and mortar world. Even though we're in a digital age, the bricks and mortar world is not going away. Absolutely. But that experience, that expertise to shift through all the BS allows us to actually be better and more effective. And I'll leave it with this before you answer it. My problem is, I'll see young people get on here, and I love ambition. I love people out there trying to do something. But what I don't like is you get on here and you build a platform with a bunch of people and start selling them stuff you know nothing about, but people are following you and they buying products that you don't know about, but you're making money and you're putting people in harm's way. So we're never going to do that on our platform. So before we bring somebody on, we know what they accomplished. We know the research that they've done. And even though you may not have heard about them, we've done the research, and we'll stand up side by side against anybody. So with that said, can you talk about that background that makes it better for them to actually engage with you in healthy living versus just any other CBD product and service?
Well, you know, one thing about it, Bill, like I talked about earlier, I spent 22 years at General Mills, and at that time, quite naturally being in the position I was, I met people from other companies in the same kind of position. And over the years, you know, your credibility is so important, because, you know, you start doing things with them, little deals here and there outside of the companies. And when you do deals with people and you deliver on time, and if you can't deliver, you make them aware of the fact that I'm having a little problem here and there, but you do them know before the problem gets to a problem that's out of hand, and then you maintain your credibility. Now, one thing that I've been able to do outside of corporate America, like I said, I started buying land early out in Arizona. At one time, I had over 2,500 acres.
Wow. Can you say that again?
I had over 2,500 acres doing until the crash. And then after the crash, I had to get rid of some of the property to maintain. But I'm still at overall at various locations, not only in Arizona, but also in Nevada. I probably still have over a couple hundred acres left. Now, what we're going to do with that particular property right now.
Yeah, tell me about the process of the actual growing and the efficacy of that stuff.
Okay, sure. Now, the thing is, I probably got a little ahead of the game. I want to just really kind of explain how we got to that. Now, like I said, we developed land for 8 years. And then after the crash, we decided to get out of that. And that's when I started getting into the CBD products as well as the Buddy Mate. I probably have developed 6 or 7 different things over the years that have made us money. But like I said, your credibility is so important. And over the years traveling around this country, I was involved with the Minority Council, met a lot of black entrepreneurs, men and women that were very successful. And we established a relationship. And like I said, because we did deals together and always delivered, and then when I couldn't deliver it, I would tell them that. And see, people respect you when you tell them that you're having a problem. Because I can't sit here and tell you that everything we did was perfect and all. No, sometimes it didn't work. But I didn't leave people hanging. I told them, I said, look, this is not doing as well as we thought it would. So maybe it's time to get out of this. But nobody ever lost money with me.
Now, that's one thing I can say. Nobody ever lost money. Sometimes we just didn't make money, but you didn't lose it.
I can attest to that.
So
Absolutely.
behind that, like I said, credibility grew, and you're meeting people. I spent time over in China, Thailand, down in South America, Central America, doing deals. And I have such a beautiful relationship with a lot of people. And the thing that I pride myself about today, I have to look behind my back. I really don't. I mean, and no matter where I go, I feel very comfortable because I don't leave enemies behind. I build bridges, not burn them. And to get to where we're at today with the kids, I have a son, quite naturally, and he's worked with me for a while, but my son likes to do his thing. And I don't blame him. I mean, he want to prove to me that he can do his thing and come along. And one day he'll probably come in and run our businesses. But right now he's doing some things with corporate America. He's a financial analyst for Google, and he's doing very well. And I can understand that. I spent time in a corporate game too. But I just want people to know. I mean, you have my email address. You can take a look at the website. We have a couple other stores online that we're not really doing that much really right now with, but we want to train some young men and women to take some of those online stores on. Then, and like I said, don't worry about the financing. We could get the funny. I mean, I thank God I'm bankable. Just like Jill said, my credit score stays in the 800s, not only personally, but my Dun & Brad score is very high. And that comes from credibility. And that's why it's so important to let people know that if you got problems, just like I had problems in 2008. I mean, the banks, they didn't like what was happening because I really wasn't building anything. I was developing lots. And some of my builders bought lots or put down money on lots, started a project, and then everybody went bust. And, the banks, had loaned me some money. And I told them, and so Mr. Harris, we understand it's not really your problem because they were doing it. The banks was really, playing that game. I mean, the banks were loaning people money and all kind of crazy things are going on. And they knew what was happening. And up until that time, 8 years, they got their money all the time. But they had a little problem. But I'm back now. I mean, my banks, this is a true story. They'll send me checks. I mean, I'm on the credit. I got one the other day for $50,000. Hey, man, why don't you take the money? Pay no interest for a year. Now, why would I take the money? Why would I take the money if I don't have no place to really put it right now?
Right.
And I'm about to pay on it. I mean, I might not pay no interest, but I'm about to. I mean, come on. Seriously, I get offered for money. I mean, I know millions. I'm not gonna sit up and tip, but I mean hundreds of thousands all the time.
That's
But
money.
but if I want to borrow a couple million, I mean, I'm pretty bankable. I can do that because of the credibility. And like I said, you just tell people when you're having problems. You call them before they call you. Then you have no problem. But sometimes people sit around there, they dodge and duck. I did it at one time when I was younger because I feel, hey man, they gave me this credit card. I'm gonna have fun right now. And I did, and so well. But I found out that that's not the way you do business. If you want to grow and be successful, maintain that credibility, especially with your friends. Because when you start, taking advantage of your friends, I mean, come on. I mean, your friend. So, I mean, right now things are pretty tight for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I understand that. And so that's why it's up to people like Dell and I, Nick, and everybody out here that have that experience of networks with their friends, banking relationships. And that's what I'm saying with the CBD oil, and I have some other online stores we'll talk about in the future. Come to me. I can help you. It doesn't cost you any money. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you how to do it too. Because we got to grow the community. We have no excuses right now. I don't want to hear nobody talking about, well, what the man won't let me do. Well, the man has never let you do. It's up to you to make it happen.
That's
Don't
right.
depend on the man.
Be the man.
Be the man. Like I said. Be the man. And people might say, well, how do I start there? Well, that's why we're here. That's what we're talking about. That's why DJ, the money coach, is here. We're not here talking about, well, man, you got to go out here and do like I did. Come on, man, get up and pull up. No, I got to show you how to pull up your bootstraps.
Man, speaking of that, Ron, and you talk about helping people. So I'm going to give my own testimony. And this is where the advantage of having consultants and experts is that over the summer, I bought some more properties, and then I asked Ron. I said, "Hey, Ron, what do you think about where the market is going to go?" And let me let me preface this. I don't personally take advice from people who are not where I want to be in life. In order for me to take advice from you, you got to be further down the road than I am. You got to be successful. You got to be a man of God, and you got to have a life that I want to live in the future. So Ron exemplifies that. So what I did was I said, hey, Ron, I got this property and I'm going to rehab and everything. But with the economy going on right now, what do you think I should do? And then Ron said, because it's in his backyard, he said, hey, DJ, I think you should get rid of that property because right now the market is going to crash. The people are not going to have money and they're not going to be able to pay their rent on a regular time. And then I said, you know what? Boom. If Ron said get rid of it and he's had 2,500 acres and has made millions of dollars in revenue, because I've seen it. I've been knowing Ron since 2006. So I took his advice and I sold that property. And on top of that, Ron said, hey, you know what, DJ, you're qualified to get these grants. And I know you don't need the money, but go get the money. And I wasn't even thinking about getting the money. But then when he showed me the simplicity of taking the money at a low interest rate and be able to flip that money, guess what I did, Nick? I turned around and got that money. And I wouldn't have done it if I wasn't engaged in a conversation with Ron about one thing. But then since Ron said, hey, I'm not going to hold back from you, DJ. I'm going to tell you some other stuff that I see in your blind spot that you don't know about. Let me impact you that way. And he impacted me. And guess what I've been able to do? I've been able to get that money and start that fund. Ain't that something? And then pass that on to other people in our network like you, Nick, and like other people on our team. So that's the advantage of the 7 spheres of money, is that we got experts that been there, done that 10 times over, been up to the top of the hill, been down and back up the hill in the real world. And that's what we bring to this table. And that's why I'm so excited. And even in the COVID environment, we're doing the right things to protect ourselves. And I'm traveling, but I'm traveling protected wise, that I'm doing the necessary due diligence, but I'm not living in fear. Okay? Because again, Ron right here is 72 years of age, and he's not going to let me in his house if I'm going to put him at harm's risk from a physical standpoint. And I'm not even going to come to his house if I'm going to put him in harm's way, because he's one of my best friends on the planet, and I want him to be here for the next 25 years. So if that resonates with you who are watching this, guess what? You need to get in touch with us, hit this information, share it, and spread the gospel, because we're bringing the truth, and the truth is better than the hype that you get on most of these social platforms. So we're not in the popularity contest business, and we're not in the, I got to be liked. I ain't concerned about that. You got to respect us, because we're going to bring you truth and we're going to bring you longevity. That's what I'm excited about. So Ron, so tell us about, more stuff that you just recently went out of the country just a year and a half ago, because I'd like for you to talk a lot more about your international experience, because when I met you in 2006, man, you were traveling all around the world doing distribution deals with China, Thailand, and stuff like that. Was at a whole different level back then, and people now talk about how they do business with China and all this other thing, but you were already laying the game, and you were a pioneer in that area. So talk to us a little bit about that and how people are trying to get on the up and level the playing field and be winning in that area, because that's important.
Well, you talk about China. The reason why I got involved with China, I was involved with the automotive industry here in Detroit. And being in the automotive industry, matter of fact, it was quite interesting, because I was doing deals with companies like Ford, GM, and Chrysler. I had a quirky
Box product that we were manufacturing and selling it to the big three. And quite actually, I got invited to a lot of the meetings that they had. And we started talking about China, just back probably around about 96. The big three was, Ford was probably the first one that went to China. Then GM and Chrysler followed. But it was so interesting, though, their suppliers was following them to China. And their suppliers having problems because, the Chinese were taking a lot of their intellectual properties. And they were going over there trying to get rich quick with the cheap labor. And they started finding out that the Chinese don't play that fair. If you have intellectual properties, the Chinese said, well, if you come into China and use our inexpensive labor, well, we feel like we can use your technology. And they didn't like that. So some of the companies went and they did well. Some of them came back to the States crying about it. But because I was there early in the game, I got involved with the Chinese Association here in Michigan. And they would bring a lot of people from China to the United States and try to get them involved in automotive industry. So I met a lot of Chinese right here in America. So when I went to China, I didn't go to China to visit. I went to China to deal with some of the biggest companies in China. I mean, I had a meeting with several guys that own automotive companies there. And I was kind of impressed with where I was coming from because I knew so much about the automotive industry because, I was in it I was probably in the automotive industry from 96, even during the time before I went to Arizona. I was still doing some stuff. A partner of mine had a company called Leatherworks, and he cut the leather for Ford for their expensive luxury cars. And, I was his marketing guy that kind of helped him assist him with that. So we had some experience that probably a lot of people have. Matter of fact, Vision, which was one of the companies that was a division of Ford, along with Magnum, which is another supplier for Ford, and all GM and everybody else, they had a car that they was producing in China, and they asked us to take that car over. Excuse me. And we did. We tried, and we finally looked at the numbers and said, you know what? This project is going to take a lot more than what we really want to be involved in. So we dropped that project. But still, we kept our relationship in China. I mean, and then from China, I went to Thailand. Quite naturally, I did some stuff in South America, did some stuff in Central America. Last year, I was in the Middle East for a short period of time. I'm not too fun with the Middle East because, it's a little bit different ball game. People talk about Abu Dhabi and all the rest of the places over there. They can keep it as far as I'm concerned. Those guys think they all that, And I mean, I understand. I mean, they're billionaires. I mean, I'm not mad at them. And so, but anyway, I still have a real close relationship. One of my partners in China, Coachman, has the largest ATM machine manufacturer over there. I met him back in 2007.
Oh, wow.
And we don't stay in contact like we used to because I'm not planning on going to China too soon. But he's went from probably doing 400 or 500 million. He's doing probably around about close to 40 billion in his companies. Yeah, I mean, he's the biggest manufacturer over there. And China's a big place. And you got 1.5 billion people. So you can imagine how many ATM machines they need just to make sure that everybody can get to one. So anyway, he's done very well, and I'm gonna probably, as soon as this COVID lighten up a little bit, because it's pretty bad over in China right now. I don't think I'm gonna walk. When I was in Thailand the year before last, I got sick over there. It was hot, and the air was just bad. But so getting older, I had to be a little bit more concerned about what I do. But that's why I really want to work with you young people out there because I have the contacts. I just need people that want to come in and learn what the business is all about. And like I said, you don't need money. You just have to have you have to have, some educational background because this is something that takes some skills. I mean, I just can't say, you can come off the street and I can put you in a position. You have to have the skills too. I mean, because the thing is, what we do, it's not difficult, but you need some skills. And like I said, if you're, a pretty bright person, we can show you how to take those skills that you have and enhance them to make the money that you've always dreamed about. And making millions today is not that difficult if you have the right team with you. And that's the thing that people, oh man, I'll be in $1 million. I mean, no, it's not. It's very easy to do it, but you need the right team. And your credibility is so important today. And I'm telling you, maintain that credibility, even with your banks and everybody else. And get a credit card, try to keep it. Because you can grow that credit today. And people might say, well, they don't loan black people money. Well, they loan black people money that's got their act together. Okay? They should be in checks all the time. They talk about, hey, man, $50,000 all the time. I turn it down. Not because, I can use money, but if I don't have any place to place that money to get a return on my dollars, why would I pay them? Oh, they give me breaks on the interest, maybe 18 months, but still, that eventually I'm going to pay the interest if I don't have the money to turn that deal and pay them back in 18 months. And I'm going to tell you right now, people, like Dale said, I don't have any debt. I go out and I charge all the time, man, and it just kills them because when the bill come in, I pay them. Because, see, you're not going to hold me over the barrel and hit me for some 20% interest on a damn credit card. Come on, 20%? I mean, look, your profit margin usually run anywhere from 10 to 20%. And then eventually you do. I mean, some things, you make a little bit better profit margin. So if you're paying that kind of interest, you aren't making money.
Right.
You're losing money.
Right.
So the most important thing, just like the money coach, I'm pretty sure Dale been teaching you guys how to make money for years. And that's what we do. I mean, because it's not easy. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but when you got the right people you're working with, it makes it a lot more accessible when you make that happen. And that's what you need. You need a team of people who's willing, and to be willing to do that. I mean, hey, look, I don't have a lot of time left in this world. So if I could get some young people and get them going to the point where they know they got some people behind them that's true about what they do. I mean, because I don't say things that, I mean, people get on there to make all kind of, things. I'll do this for you. Then you call them. You can't talk to them. I got a couple friends right now. I mean, these guys are doing stuff all over the world. Guy texted me the other day, Ron, I just got back from Africa, man. I'm going to call you today. I haven't heard from him. Okay? I mean, some people like that. But if I tell you I'm going to call you, you better believe I'm going to call you. And if I give you a Pacific time, it'll be a minute or two before or after that. I'm not going to hit. One thing I hate for somebody to keep me hanging all damn day long. Okay? I mean, be a man if you want. I mean, look, I don't need them. I'm just trying to enhance things because this particular guy, he came to me about 5-6 years ago, talking about, hey, Brian, let's do blah, blah, blah. We set up a corporation over in California. He came back, had 6 billion shares. I said, guys, I mean, and John, hey, man, we don't do nothing but selling them a penny a share, man. We're going, I said, John, those are good numbers. And so, he said, well, I said, John, what we going to do? Well, man, I got this. He's a lobbyist. Like Dale was telling you that I know lobbyists. I got a couple of friends. They lobbyists. They're some heavyweights, man. But and I know people get busy because they, I've been so busy working on Studio 21 that I really didn't do too much with the business. I didn't really care. I had a project I wanted to do and do some business later. I need a break sometime. Business is business, and sometimes it's just something I need a break from.
Right,
but
right.
The thing is, come tomorrow, I got this one little project. I'll be back on schedule again. But like I said, people, the most important thing is credibility. Love your neighbor. Please love your neighbor, because right now with things that's going on in this country right now, we need a more love, because our counterparts, I don't know what's wrong with them, man. I mean, they insurrectionists, traitors, or whatever you want to call them, man, but terrorists, okay, whatever you want to call them. And let me tell you one thing about them. See, when you got hate in your heart and you run around tearing stuff, how you gonna build anything? How you gonna build a relationship with them? See, I love all people. I don't give a damn what color you are. Because see, one thing, I do business with all people. Now, you might not like me. I don't give a damn. You know why? Because we make money. We make money, okay? I go home at the end of the day. You think I'm worried about who don't like me? Because I look at my checking account or either my bank. I mean, I got savings account. Not only just checking accounts, I save money. I don't just write checks and shit all the time. I save it, okay? So really, hating is, it's bad on your heart.
Oh, yeah.
Bad on your mind. I know one time me and my son got into argument, and I felt so bad. I almost had a heart attack because this anger was building up in me. And I'm not, but anyway,
Man.
Like I said, credibility, love your neighbor, do a little praying sometime too. I mean, I'm not the biggest religion guy in the world, but I know one thing: I believe in God, and God's been good to me. So you can take that, bank it, or whatever you got to do with it.
Man, Ron bringing that gospel. He's bringing that gospel. And I mean, here's the great thing about it is that at the end of the day, we can't take any of this stuff with us. But if you understand a couple things, do life right. Number one, friends come and go. Money comes and goes, but your credibility and your reputation, that you only get one shot at that, and that's why you can see having a relationship, like I said, 2006, that's 2020, that's 16 years.
Yeah.
16 years we've been knowing each other, and we get tighter and tighter every year because we have the same principles that we share. And so what I would want to better do to wrap this thing up is, again, let's talk about some of the people and some of the institutions that your CBDs are in, and some of the medical professionals that you work with on a regular basis, how easy it is for them to get the products from you, and what are you looking for in terms of people that could actually help distribute the products or sell and market the products, because at the end of the day, that's going to be the defining feature for them to have success, because everybody's out there looking for a way to make money.
Okay.
But they want to make it, the right way, and that's the only way we like to do it.
Well, the first thing you do, you have my email address. You can always email me and give me a little background of what you've been doing and where you want to go in life. Because, like I said, I mean, I have product. We're making product every day. We're selling product. I have 5 doctors on board, and the doctors are using this product for their patients because they know that narcotics are really the past. We keep using them because the drug companies are making billions of dollars. You think they're going to let that go away? And matter of fact, the drug companies are getting that too. Not only that, probably this year, because Biden have sort of agreed to legalize marijuana nationally. Right now, marijuana is legal in 43 states. On the medical side. I mean, and more states are going with the recreation side of it too. So we're going to see a lot of things coming from marijuana and also from CBD, because, well, CBD is legal all over the country now. Some states and some cities have regulations about the CBD, but really it is legal all over the country. You don't need any license to have CBD products. You don't need any license to sell CBD products. Now with marijuana, it's a whole different ball game. You need license, and the licenses are very expensive. I'll show you how. You get with me, and like I said, you go to my website, and you'll check out all the products. Then you get with me, and I can make you a wholesaler. And like I said, I don't charge you to become a wholesaler. All I ask you to do is maybe get you some samples, and you'll get the samples at a very reasonable price, which is, you're going to spend a minimum, maybe a couple $100, get your samples, and then you're in business. I mean, and I'm going to tell you, I know about all the big players out here, but they want you to do, they have a minimum of $600-700 to get involved with them. And then they are going to pay you what we're going to pay you, because the thing is, they don't care about you. All they want you to do is come and make that money for them. And see, not only the CBD business, but like I was saying, I have a couple hundred acres left in Arizona and Nevada. We're going to probably start growing hemp sometime this year, because the hemp plant, not only can you produce CBD oil from it, but you can produce all kind of materials. You can produce, if you go Google hemp, you'll see all the different things that can be made from hemp. That's the very first crop that George Washington and all the rest of the boys came over here with. But what they did when they made marijuana illegal back in the 30s, because people were smoking, a lot of musicians, black and white, was smoking and whatever. And then, the automotive companies wanted everybody to show up to work, so the batteries getting low. We have a lot of things that we're going to do. I mean, I have several different companies. So if you get involved with us, not only with the CBD products, but we do have other things that we can talk about too.
Right,
I should have plugged that up.
Oh yeah, man, it sounds awesome. We got to find the power cord, but
I get that.
We'll see if we can get the power cord. But we pretty much have said everything we need to say outside of that. But Nick, as we always do, man, we give a summarization. It's your show. We didn't mean to commandeer your show today, but man, when you get a chance to sit down with one of the legends and a person that can continually to help advance your perspective in life, then it behooves you not to give them the floor and let them tell you the secrets that you need to know about. So that's the benefit of having great relationships. So what do you think about that, Nick? I mean, man, I'm so excited about here to be able to do this on the Biz Vacay and bring Ron back on to your show, that I say, hey man, we got to do this.
Hey man, I don't mind. It gives me a chance to sit back and relax for a little bit, take a little break, so I'm not complaining. And it's been a while since we had an expert on the platform. Of course, we had Doc on a couple of weeks ago, but it's been a while since, I think, the summertime, since we've had the expert series going. So I'm happy to have this collaborative conversation. And what I love most about this conversation, and what Ron talked about, was, of course, the importance of credibility, but also the fact that he's not only emphasizing making money and showing our community how to make money, but you're making money promoting a product that promotes healthy living. You know, that's the name of the product, Healthy Living. You know, it's a product that's good for our community, something that's good for our health, our physical well-being, and it's, you know, backed by a man who stands on integrity, a man who actually fits under that acronym that DJ coined back in the summer, the HIM, the humility, the integrity, and the real man. So it's, you know, it's nothing but a win, you know, all around. You know, I'm excited too.
Absolutely. big time, man. That sums it up at the end of the day. And actually, Dr. Hollowell works in conjunction with Ron, and a lot of her patients use his products on a regular basis, and that's been over a year now. It's actually been about 16 months, if I'm not mistaken.
It has.
Yep.
It's been a while, and that's the beauty of it. We like the fact that we have doctors involved. We're not out here just doing things and telling people that something work for them without having the medical professions. You know, we're not like the old boy in the White House coming out here talking about stuff and leaving the medical professionals out. Because if I wasn't involved with medical professionals,
like I said, I started doing this because I had some problems and I did some research. But CBD does work. I mean, and people going to become more familiar with it. And the prices are going to come down because I'll say this: in probably another year, our prices will probably be a third of what they are right now.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's amazing.
Because I'm working with a research lab in California that really does the research for a lot of the companies that produce CBD, a lot of companies that produce any type of products. We have over 50 products that's coming to market. We're going to have 10 coming probably next month. But we have a beautiful research firm that we got in partnership with. And I'm working with another company down in Georgia that does supplements and things of that nature. So, you know, like I said, the credibility is so important because, you know, they called me. Matter of fact, I got a call from Abu Dhabi the other day. And we're setting up a platform to take this product international. So, and what I'm telling you folks too, it's the truth. I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and because like one thing you could check somebody out. I wish you would Google me. I wish you would go check me out and call everybody you know. Say, how's Ron Harris? Is he really real?
I love it. Hey, let's recap and let's show the products again. Tell what they do as we get out of here. So the first one is
that's the CBD tincture. It's an oil. It comes in 500 milligrams all the way up to 5,000 milligrams. I mean, your 5,000 milligram is about as powerful as any narcotic you ever want to take. So we tell you start out about 500. Then we have the roll-on. Roll-on is something that you use, you know, to roll on your knees, you got a little pain here or there. It's a way to apply CBD and a pretty easy way to do things. And that's like about 500 milligrams. So it's really something that you can use, and it's very easy to use.
okay.
Then we have the lotion. The lotion is very good for your skin, too. If you want that skin soft and smooth like most women do, that's not going to harm you. And I'm going to tell you also, the lotion has a little power to it, you know. So, if you got some pain and things going on, it'll help you there. It probably won't be as effective as the muscle rub and some other stuff because it has more CBD, higher content of CBD.
Which one is the most popular one that people use?
Well, most people, I'll be honest about it. Most people that we sell is 2,000 milligram, which is pretty inexpensive. 2,000 milligram our retail is $90. Most of our competition sell it anywhere from 100 to maybe 110.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So one thing about it, folks, I tell you, check us out, check our competition out. And like I said, our products are third-party tested. Make sure that because that goes to a lab that's approved by the FDA. Okay. The FDA is not regulating CBD now, but they're getting close to looking at that 5,000 milligram because, like I said, it's just as strong as most narcotics. And I'm serious because not only have we produced it, but right now, that's why we've had this particular product out that took it up to another level for 8 months. And we gave it to friends, and people love it. But it's expensive. It's a couple $100. But if you look at our competition, they're probably another $30, $40 higher than we are. Because one thing we didn't want people to say, well, you guys got this product, but you got high price. No. Mm-mm. And like I said, in about another year or two, because of the research we're doing with this lab, we're going to be able to cut the costs down a lot. Because, see, what happens, what drives the costs up is the fact that when you distract the oil from the plant, it's pretty expensive. I mean, especially when you distract it the right way so you can get the potent part of the hemp plant. So that's one thing about. So the capsules is something that you take. I mean, if you don't want to take the oil, and some people don't want to take the oil, they just want to take a pop a capsule and on their way.
Okay.
So that and the capsule, like I said, it's a good item too. I mean, it has like 750 milligrams, which is a good thing. So you can't go wrong. Then you have the muscle rub. Muscle rub, it's $80, but everybody that use it, you rub that on any problem that you have, and I can tell you in about 2 or 3 minutes, you start feeling the effect of it. Within about 15 minutes, the pain is pretty much gone. I can't tell you that you rub it on and no, I mean, but like I told you earlier, if you try our products, one thing I can say, you'll feel much better than you did before you took it, okay? Because people's bodies are different. I mean, some people might use the CBD oil and it may not do anything for them. Just like a lot of people won't be able to take the vaccine. Because, there's a lot of things that our bodies are allergic to. And I can't sit and tell you that everybody is going to work well for everybody. But I mean, one thing that we haven't had nobody tell us that it didn't work for them. So I'm so happy about that.
Okay, what's the last one here, Mark?
The body butter. The body butter is a good thing. I use the body butter too. I had a few little scars on my body. I started using that body butter, and then 30 days later, I didn't have no more scars. And I mean, I'm not going to sell you anything that I wouldn't use. See, one thing they taught me at General Mills is that if you don't like the products that you're selling, if you don't believe the products that you sell, why are you selling them? Because my thing is, like we said, we are a wellness company. Not only the CBD products, but we have some supplements that's coming out. And all of our supplements are also third-party tested. All of our supplements have FDA approval because the companies that I work with, they must have all these standards going for them. As far as testing, FDA backing, you'll see. One thing I want to point out on this particular product here, you will see different things on here. These different little labels here. Those are from different organizations that approve the product.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah. And see, the thing is, if you get a product and don't see some of the standards on there, don't buy it.
So those are the third party.
Those are the third parties that come along, not just the. And that's what because see, that lets you know if you got a product that's really worthwhile taking, that's safe too. Excuse me, because that's the most important thing. Make sure that you have those seals on there that's telling you that the product's been tested by third-party lab, that they're following all the FDA guides. Like I said, FDA has not came up with any specific guides, but they don't allow us to tell people that you can take this product and cure all. Because you can't. This makes you feel better, that's all. It's just like any other painkiller. And like I said, like the lotion, makes the skin soft. I mean, body butter, take things away.
So which are the primary ones that Dr. Holloway uses?
Dr. Holloway, her patients really like, her patients like the oil. Her patients like the body rub because it kills pain. And the patients like the capsules because the capsules are something that they can take along with them at work. You don't want, you can't take this bottle and, you have work. Some people might say, what are you doing? But a capsule, you take a capsule, it's like anything else you take. Nobody's going to ask you. They might think aspirin, anything, But the product is illegal. So don't worry about the fact that if you got it on you or you go somewhere, you got to worry about getting busted. And like I said, everything that I say, one thing I like about Google, you get a lot of information from Google. Believe me, I use Google a lot. And because really the content from Google is usually about 90% right or better sometimes. So Google me, Google my companies, Google CBD oil, Google hemp, and you'll find out what I'm telling you tonight is true. Because one thing that a guy like me, I have no reason to lie. Because, thank God I'm doing okay. I'm not a super duper rich guy, but, I'm doing okay.
Oh man, I love it. I love it, man. So hey, again, we broke
the seal on Studio 21. Now, what I better do real quickly, man.
Yeah, just show him the studio.
Is this, let's take a look at the studio. There's his camera studio set up for the personal interviews. We got here, man. That's the Studio 21 sign, the marquee, liquors to entertain the guests. We got behind us a great setup over there. So I was able to come in here and actually crash the party. And actually, Ron, I think you were going to be doing your inaugural show. What you said, like a week from now?
Yeah, about a week from now. We going to do some things with the community. Quite naturally, not only CBD, but like I said, we want to talk about business opportunities because this one thing, like the DJ said, DJ, look, it's time for us. I mean, we've been taking, I'm in the lead. I mean, but what we want to do is connect the dots with other entrepreneurs. Thank God I know a lot of good people making a lot of money that you'll have an opportunity to talk to.
Real bad boys moving silence,
we're
baby.
going to be able to talk to a lot of, we're going to not only have an interview, we're going to party a little bit. We're going to make it fun. When you come see us, that's why we did the studio.
Right.
We did the studio right, so you can have fun. Why not?
Hey.
We can make money and have fun, too.
That's that pom-pom lifestyle, people. That's plenty of money, peace of mind. You come join us on the beaches of the World Club. And, I mean, I look forward to the day when I'm going to be 72 like this guy, successful, having a good time, living up life right. Yeah. Life is great, man. Yes, so I'm so fired up, and I'm so happy that Ron allowed us to crash the party and break the seal on Studio 21.
Anytime.
And, man, I'm excited here, man. So, hey, Nick, man, we're going to turn it over to you, and we close this bad boy out because, man, this is a phenomenal show. We're going to get this stuff out to people. And, call Ron up. I'm telling you, call him up, email him, go to his website. And like I said, everybody on our team, 15 years minimum expertise, did 7 figures revenue or make 7 figures personally, or they don't get on the platform. It's just that simple. And like you said, third party approved. Dr. Hollowell is a board certified physician for 30 years and one of the best in the state of Michigan. And her patients use this product on the regular. I mean, they love the product. So get in touch with Ron and get yourself some of these CBDs. And if you want to make money, get in touch with Ron. He'll show you how you can actually get qualified to actually be a CBD vendor, distributor on behalf of the organization Ronrich with the Healthy Living. So, Nick, back to you, brother.
All right. Yeah, not only do we want to live like Ron when we're 72, we also want to look like Ron at 72 also. That doesn't look a year over 50 over there.
Well, I appreciate that, Nick. Thanks a lot, man. I feel good, though.
Oh, man, yeah. That fountain of youth, baby.
Yep. Yeah. That's that no stress life, that plenty of money, peace of mind lifestyle right there. That's what it's all about. Yeah, so thank you again, Ron, for joining us, and thank you to everybody who's out there watching. And if you like what you heard, of course you like what you heard. So stop playing and go ahead and subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for the notifications. And go ahead and follow our social media, 7 Spheres of Money on Facebook, 7 Spheres of Money on Instagram. The website is DJTheMoneyCoach.com. Phone number is 866-395-3042. Again, that's 866-395-3042. And of course, all that information is down there in the description. And you can contact us by email, nick@DJTheMoneyCoach.com.
Oh, hey, before we go, we got to promote the new upcoming webinar. So we want to always talk about, so every year we do a tax business webinar called Refund and Taxes. This year we're doing 2 webinars, one for personal taxes and businesses, and one for businesses and real estate taxes. Actually, that's going to be February 10th. And February 17th. So get in and get registered right away. It's going to be limited seating because we're actually going to be bringing CPAs that have been in the business for 30 years, that have worked with Price, Cooper's Waterhouse, worked for Exxon, Mobil. We're going to bring in CPAs that work for Tyson Foods. We're going to bring in CPAs who have work for small businesses like Ronrich that have made millions of dollars. So if you need to get the best tax information, to leverage the playing field, leverage the stimulus, get the PPPs, the idle loans, you don't want to miss these webinars. Personal webinar for finances and taxes refunds on February 10th, business, real estate, and investing on February 17th. These are usually our two top popular webinars of the year because they focus on the main things that you are concerned about. Let me share this with you. 98% of things that cause you problems in life pertain to money. 98% of things that cause you problems in life pertain to money. And when you've cracked that code, 98% of stress-free life is resolved. And then you can have that pom-pom lifestyle, plenty of money, peace of mind, and come travel with us on the beaches of the World Club, because this is a beach. So I know people think that I'm talking about water all the time, but my private beach is where I want to be any point in time in my life on my terms. That's what the beach is about.
Yes, it is.
That's the metaphor. Get that. And if you don't believe that, go watch that movie with Jamie Foxx. What was it? Collateral, with Jamie Foxx and what's my man's name? Tom Cruise. And he's driving a cab and he has a little picture of the beach and he gives it to Jada Pinkett and say, hey, next time you stressed out, just look at this little beach and figure out where you want to be. Some people call it private Idaho. I call it come join us on the beaches of the World Club. Yeah, 9 out of 10 times we're on a beach of water, but them other times we're here in this weather because this is where the heat is and this is where the beach of serenity and tranquility. That's what we're looking for. So, and when you're free, you can do whatever you want to do. That's the essence of it, baby. We can, circumvent the game plan and change it because we bosses at the end of the day. And you can't fire me. I'd have to be crazy to fire myself from this lifestyle.
And see, one thing that we do, I mean, you can go anywhere and work in the world. I mean, all you need is your computer. I mean, because quite naturally, people ordering all the time. And we have the best fulfillment and also people that deliver it in a matter of days. So, what we do, you don't have to have a office. As long as you got a computer.
Man, and shout out to Leonard Reyes. Like you said, if you got a cell phone, a smartphone, right, access to the internet, you don't need to have a boss or work for anybody. That's the reality. So education ain't always got to be college, but you do have to get educated.
Well, you have to really have the skills, though. I mean, some people look at Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg. A lot of people didn't go to college. Oh, well, they went, but they decided they could do well by themselves. They're billionaires. And so it's not. It's just about getting the skills. But one thing, believe me, it's all about having those people that trust you, your credibility, and having the spiritual side too, because they'll kind of keep you grounded on treating people the right way. But credibility, make sure that your credibility is tight, because that's going to carry you a long way. Your credibility,
man. And I'll leave it with this. And again, we almost like a Baptist preacher, always closing. But this is the final close. And I just want to piggyback on what Ron talked about, how to treat people. So I want to teach you guys about the 3 rules of that businesses should apply, but they only usually apply one of them. The first rule is called the silver rule. The silver rule is do the least you have to do to not go to jail. And that's what most corporations do. They do the least they have to do to not go to jail. They grade the lines. Okay, that's the least one you should do. The second rule is the golden rule, which most people think is the ultimate rule. Do unto people the way you want to be done unto. That's awesome. But you know what the number 1 rule is? It's the one that I coined again. It's called the platinum rule. The platinum rule says, do unto people the way they want to be done unto. What's the example? The example is if Ron says, hey, I want to go on my birthday next month. I want to go to Jamaica. I want to go to Abu Dhabi. And I say, Ron, I'm going to pay for your birthday party. I'm going to spend $20,000. But I like to go to Mexico. So I take Ron to Mexico, even though he don't have to pay for it. That's the golden rule. But the platinum rule is I actually send Ron to where he wants to go with the money I was going to spend for him to have the amazing 73rd birthday. That's the platinum rule. That's the rule that you should apply when you do everything. Treat people the way they want to be treated. Everybody doesn't want to be treated the exact same way. They want to be treated great, but they have differences of how that greatness represents happiness in their lives. That's the platinum rule. So with that, Nick, let's wrap it out. Get the information in the links. Get into the webinar right away. I mean, we're meeting people 10, 12 a day. I got off the plane and I was helping people on my working vacation, because people need what we got, because we got integrity, we hard work, we got a system, and we're not afraid of those dirty little words, work and accountability, baby.
All right, yeah, and that's what it's all about. Yep. So again, thank you, Ron, for joining us. Thank you out there for. Oh yeah. It's one more thing.
I was gonna say, Nick, it was my pleasure, man. You have a great show, and anytime I can come back, and anytime I'm always available for you.
Oh, we appreciate that. Yep. So thank you to the audience out there for joining us, and we'll see you at the next broadcast. Take care.